Is a RATT reunion possible for 2024? What's going on, everyone? You're watching Sight Sounds Flavors on YouTube, sightsoundsflavors.com. If at any point in time you like the video, smash that like button. Also, please subscribe, ring the bell for notifications so you won't miss a single video, and leave comments down below. I don't know, guys. With RATT, you're dealing with four very unique personalities. This is a multi-platinum rock band. They get mobbed wherever they go. Scantily clad 50 and 60-year-old women as far as the eye can see. I got to tell you something. It is a possibility. There's opening acts galore, maybe Trickster, maybe Faster Pussycat. You know, maybe if, the two guys that are kind of at war get together, we could see a Pretty Boy Floyd reunion, and maybe they could open up for RATT. I mean, we're talking about a star-studded lineup here, and I got to tell you something. It's possible. Stranger things have happened. It's possible that Skid Row gets back together. You know what I mean? Because there's been some talk, and, it would be crazy if we could see Rachel and Sebastian and Rob and Scotty. I mean, see those guys get back together, and maybe they could open for RATT, or maybe they would co-headline. I don't know, because RATT was a really big band back in the 80s, and so I don't know who would open for who. Or maybe they could do a double headline tour, kind of like Motley and Def Leppard, and play like large clubs and flea markets and stuff. And I think that they could really do some big business. The reality of the matter, though, is that it really is going to come down to Bobby and Steven getting back together, getting kind of back on the same page. From what I've heard, they have reconciled, and there's a possibility they may talk maybe through Jason Green, wasting time with Jason Green. He's doing fantastic, by the way. He's actually becoming sort of like the Eddie Trunk of YouTube. And I don't say that as a put down. I mean, that's a really, really big compliment. I wouldn't say that to the three sides of the coin guys. I mean, but the reality of the matter, though, is we need to see if such a reunion is possible. And the fans are going to want to see Warren DeMartini. I mean, this guy's a guitar god. They're going to want to see Juan Croucier. Now, Juan Croucier is the base of RATT. You know how Steven is the voice of RATT? Well, Juan is the base of RATT. And who doesn't like a dirty Sunset Strip, LA in the 80s, rock all night bass line, a real sleazy bass line? Who doesn't want that? And honestly, very few people can do it like Juan around the world. So I got to tell you something. Juan Croucier's on there. Warren DeMartini's on there. You're going to have beautiful women. Otherwise, you're going to get the kind of women that go to a Stephen Pearcy concert. But the reality of the matter is, at the end of the day, those four guys get together with Carlos Cavazo from Quiet Riot. I mean, his reputation precedes him. You're going to have yourself a blockbuster right there. They can make upwards of $10,000 a show. So I got to tell you something. It would be insane. I mean, the only thing that would be as insane, in my opinion, would to see the Vinnie Vincent Invasion reunion. And I say Invasion because it wasn't really called Vinnie Vincent Invasion. The record was called Invasion. The band was Vinnie Vincent. But it's still, though, everybody knows it as VVI. Everybody in Estonia and Latvia and Nepal knows it. And Haiti, you can't forget Haiti. They know it as VVI. So, and get that classic lineup, Robert Fleischman, Dana Strum, Bobby Rock, and of course, Vinnie Vincent. I mean, I don't think anybody wants to see the Invasion with that other singer, but maybe you could bring him on for an encore or something like that. I don't know what he's doing with himself. So bring him on for an encore so he can play to a full audience once again. But the reality of the matter is, guys, maybe bring Firehouse. Maybe Firehouse will have a full reunion. You know what I mean? Maybe Stryper will have a full reunion. I mean, a lot of people say it doesn't sound like Stryper without Tim Gaines. I mean, we're just talking about Juan Croucier. You know what I mean? Now we're talking about Stryper, the Yellow and Black Attack. And without that bass in your face, it's a disgrace. You know what I mean? So a lot of people want to see Tim Gaines come back to the band, and Stryper could once again play audiences upwards of 100 people. So the reality, Tough, that's another band right there. They sold over 100,000 units 40 years ago of their debut album with Atlantic. And so people want to see Tough. There's endless possibilities of people. Kerry Kelly might come out of the woodwork and play as well. I mean, he's been in 150 bands, and they would love to see him. You know what I mean? So again, we could sit here all day and talk about endless possibilities. Peter Criss might come out with a solo record. You know what I mean? And maybe just, do a limited press of 50, and people just all over the world are going to buy that up in about a month. So the fact is that we really would like to see, RATT and roll, guys. We want to see RATT and roll. We want to see Steven and Bobby. We want to see Warren and Bobby. We want to see Steven, and Warren and Juan and Bobby and of course Carlos. You know what I mean? Or Carrie Kelly if Carlos is busy. You know what I mean? What is Carrie? So reality matter. Or Tommy Thayer. What's he going to be doing for the rest of his life? Or Eric Singer for that matter. I mean, you don't play guitar, but I mean, you're a drummer. You could be a guitarist. You could just do the reverse of a Dave Grohl. You know, instead of going from the drums to the guitar, go from the guitar to the drums. I mean, you need a job, right? I mean, what's Kiss going to pay you to be an avatar? I mean, you're an imposter. You'd be like an avatar of an imposter. I don't know. But the reality of the matter is that we need rock and roll. We need rap and roll. Look at Motley. I mean, Motley's falling apart. They're talking about getting rinse of Vince Neil. No, they're talking about getting rid of Vince Neil. I don't know if Vince rinses or not. He's a chubby guy and he drinks a lot, so I don't know. The thing is, if they're going to get rid of Vince, they need to get a real singer in there, like Nadir DePriest, you know, from London. Now, who doesn't want to see Motley Crue playing Russian Winter in the winter when we hate Russia? I mean, I think that would be amazing. You know what I mean? That would be like London. It would be all over again, you know? Decline of Western Civilization, the Metal Years. I mean, part 2. I mean, all over again. You know what I mean? I mean, they are the Sunset Strip rockers. You know what I mean? Everybody's heard of London. I mean, it's a school for rock stars, as they said. So the reality of the matter is I think that, you know, good things are to come, but it's going to take Warren and Bobby and Juan and Steven to come together and say, guys, come on, we're not getting any younger. You know, we're in our 60s. You know, we're in the prime of our senior citizen existence. Let's get out there and play, because you don't want to wind up like Kiss, you know, 78 years old playing Madison Square Gardens with a bunch of backing tracks and wearing makeup and high heels. You don't want to wind up like that. What you want to do is you want to look at Guns N' Roses. Look at that. They got back together, all 3/5 of them. You know what I mean? And they're rocking and rolling all around the world. Of course, Steven Adler's not with him. And is he? Nobody knows where he's at. Even though he wrote most of the songs, it doesn't matter. It's a reunion, folks. Anyways, we need some rock and roll, folks. We need some rock and roll, because right now it seems like rap has taken over, you know, and techno and DJs are now musicians. I mean, what instrument do they play? A turntable is an instrument? I mean, I guess that's calling NASCAR a sport, right? I don't know. But I've been told that a big-legged woman ain't got no soul. The reality is we need good music. And even though rap hasn't really given it to us anytime recently, they are good. I got to tell you something, all jokes aside, and there haven't been a lot of jokes and a lot of truths, as a matter of fact, but Infestation was an amazing record. An amazing record. And I don't know if they still owe Roadrunner a record or not. I don't know if people put out records anymore. But, hey, if they could do another Infestation, I mean, that would be insane. The only person I know putting out good records is Ace Frehley. 10,000 years, 10,000 volts, 10,000 volts. Amazing record. Anyways, guys, head on over to Sight Sounds Flavors on YouTube, sightsoundsflavors.com. Please smash this like button here, subscribe, and leave a comment down below if you want to see RATT. You wanted the best, you got RATT in 2024.